Question 1. Elastic demand and elastic demand. Assuming you are RW store manager responsible for two products, good X and good Y. The table below shows the products data. The owner, Mr. Ali, wants to maximize the revenue and asks you to calculate the relevant elasticity for good X and good Y and find the degree of elasticity. Draw the diagram and advise him whether he should increase or decrease the price for good X and good Y. So, to calculate the price elasticity of demand, the formula is price elasticity of demand equal percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. This is how to calculate the price elasticity of demand. So, we have to calculate the price elasticity of demand for good X first. For inelastic demand, we know that the price elasticity must more than 0 but below than 1. So, from the table, quantity demand 0 is 80 and quantity demand 1 is 60. For the price 0 is 10 and price 1 is 15. So to calculate, price elasticity of demand equals to quantity demand 1 minus quantity demand 0 over quantity demand 0 times price 0 over price 1 minus price 0. So the calculation will be 60 minus 80 over 80 times 10 over 15 minus 10. So the answer will be 0.5. So next, we will calculate the price elasticity of demand for good Y. For elastic demand, we know that the price elasticity must more than 1. So we still use the same formula like in elastic demand. From the table, quantity demand 0 is 120 and quantity demand 1 is 50. For the price, still remain the same, which is price 0 is 10 and price 1 is 15. So the calculation will be 15 minus 120 over 120 times 10 over 15 minus 10. So the answer that we will get is 1.17. So, to answer the question, Mr. Ali should just use RM15 as his price for good X to maximize profit, while for good Y, Mr. Ali should increase the price to increase the demand that will maximize his profit.
So for question number 2, based on a study made by your firm's research unit, the result of the income elasticity of demand for frugal furniture product is negative 0.88 and high-end furniture products are 1.78. You have learned that to a booming in the economy, consumer incomes have risen by 6% this year. Using the demand analysis, sketch and explain what will happen to the income elasticity of demand for frugal and high-end furniture when income rises. So guys, diagram 1 is curve for elastic income elasticity which is greater than 1, while diagram 2 is curve for negative income elasticity which is less than 0. Hello guys, this is the explanation for the curve above. So, for diagram 1, is defined as elastic income because it is 1.88 which is greater than 1. Elasticity greater than 1 is for luxury furniture. Diagram 2 is defined as negative income because it is negative 0.88 which is less than 0. Elasticity less than 0 is for frugal furniture. Other than that, from diagram 1, as a result of a rise in consumer income by 6% from Y1 to Y2 leads to an increase in the quantity demanded from Q1 to Q2. Next, from diagram 2, as a result of rise in consumer income by 6% from Y1 to Y2 leads to a decrease in the quantity demanded from Q1 to Q2. This is because increasing in consumer income will make the consumer switch from frugal furniture and start to purchase luxury furniture. Besides that, demand for frugal furniture will decrease because of income increases. This is because when income increases, it will increase a consumer's lifestyle level, so they will be more willing to spend on luxury or higher-end furniture. It means here that the income elasticity of demand is greater than 1 for high-end furniture and frugal furniture with negative income elasticity. People with low incomes always purchase frugal goods, but when their incomes increases, they will start to change their lifestyle and switch to buy more and more luxury goods or luxury furniture.
Question 3. Cross-elasticity of demand. Based on the information given in the table A and B, describe the relationship between the two goods and show the calculation and describe the result. For table A is relationship between coffee and tea. For coffee, the price of coffee is increased from 3 ringgit and 50 cent to 4 ringgit and 50 cent per packet, and the quantity demanded for coffee is decreased from 2 packet to 1 packet. For tea, the price of tea is stay constant at 2 ringgit and 50 cent. Meanwhile, the quantity demanded for tea is increased from 3 packet to 4 packet. The cross elasticity of demand between coffee and tea is 1.17, which means positive. This means as the price of the coffee increase, the demand for tea is also increased by 1.17%. Hence, coffee and tea are substitute goods. For table B, relationship between iPhone and tea. For iPhone, the price of iPhone is decreased from 5,000 ringgit per set to 3,000 ringgit per set, and the quantity demanded for iPhone is increased from 1 set to 2 set. For tea, the price of tea is stay constant at 2 ringgit and 50 cent per packet, and the quantity demanded for tea is also stay constant at 3 packets. The cross elasticity of demand between iPhone and tea is 0, which means there is no relationship between these two goods. This means that the changes in the price of iPhone do not affect the demand for tea. Hence, iPhone and tea are independent goods.
Case 4. Price elasticity of supply. Using the supply analysis, sketch and explain the type of price elasticity of supply for its question. Question A. When the price of good A is Rm200, the quantity supplied is 100 unit. When the price increases to Rm300, the quantity supplied is unchanged at 100 unit. Question B. When the price of good A increased from Rm200 to Rm300, the quantity supplied of good A increased from 100 unit to 130 unit. Question C. When the price of good A increased from Rm200 to Rm300, the quantity supply increased from 100 unit to 180 unit. Formula price elasticity of supply. Percentage change in quantity supply of good over percentage change in price of good. For the example, QS1 minus QS0 over QS0 times P0 over P1 minus P0. Question A. When the price of good A is Rm200, the quantity supplied is 100 unit. When the price increased to Rm300, the quantity supplied is unchanged at 100 unit. Equal to 200. Q0 equal to 100 unit. P1 equal to Rm300. Q1 equal to 100 unit. So, for the calculation, elasticity 100 minus 100 over 100 times 200 over 300 minus 200. So, for the explanation, a perfectly inelastic supply refer to a situation where the quantity supplied does not change in response to a change in price. This means that the supply curve is a vertical line as the quantity remains constant regardless of price changes. For example, if a consumer has a strong preference for a particular product and is willing to pay any price for it, the demand for that product is considered perfectly inelastic. On the other hand, if a producer has a fixed cost of production that cannot be reduced, the supply of that product is considered perfectly inelastic. Question B. When the price of good A increased from Rm200 to Rm300, the quantity supply of good A increased from 100 unit to 130 unit. P0 equal to RM200, Q0 equal to 100 unit. P1 equal to RM300, Q1 equal to 130 unit. So for the formula, 130 minus 100 over 100 times 200 over 300 minus 200. For the explanation, inelastic supply refer to a situation where the quantity supplied does not change significantly in response to a change in price. This means that the supply curve is relatively flat and the percentage change in quantity supply is smaller than the percentage change in price. In other words, a small change in price results a relatively small change in the quantity supply. When the coefficient of elasticity is less than 1, it means that the quantity supply is relatively unresponsive to change in price. Question C. When the price of good A increased from RM200 to RM300, the quantity supply increased from 100 unit to 180 unit. PO equal to 200, QO equal to 100, P1 equal to 300, Q1 equal to 180. So, for the calculation, 180 minus 100 over 100 times 200 over 300 minus 200. So for the explanation, elastic supply, elasticity greater than 1 means that the quantity supply of a good is highly responsive to changes in its price. In other words, a small increase in price will lead to a relatively smaller increase in quantity supply, and a small decrease in price will lead to a relatively large decrease in quantity supply. This suggests that there are many substitutes available for the good, and the supplier are able to quickly adjust their production to changes in demand.